What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Wrestling Podcast. And this week, we're going to do our top 5 American freestyle wrestlers of all time. How are you doing, Will?
I'm doing good. How are you? John, how are you?
I'm doing good myself.
I'm very good.
Nice. All right, let's get right into this. So we're doing our honorable mention, and everybody's picked one that is right outside the top 5. And yeah, so let's get right into the honorable mentions. So my honorable mention is Dave Schultz. Dave Schultz is a one-time Olympic champion. He's a 6-time medalist, one World's Gold champ, and 3 times being silver. He's also a 4-time World Cup champion and a Pan Am champ. Both of the Schwartz brothers had an aggressive and ruthless style of wrestling, and they've both shown that they're really good. And I had to put Dave. He's right outside my list of top 5. I thought he was like 6, so I had to put him in my honorable mention.
Yeah. So my honorable mention is Kyle Dake because he's a 2-time world champ, and he's only going to get better and better. And also this year is the Olympics, so he could have a chance at winning the Olympics, which would make him a contender to be on my list. With he would be a 2-time world champ and 2-time Olympic champ.
All right, next slide.
All right, John.
My honorable mention is Kyle Snyder. So he is like one of the youngest wrestlers that have already and he has already accomplished so much. And his career is kind of just starting. He's still young, so he can still accomplish so much more. And he's already an Olympic and world champion.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, I have Lee Kemp. Lee Kemp is a 3-time world champ, along with one of them being bronze, and 2 of them were gold and one of them bronze, I think. And he's also a 4-time World Cup champ and a 2-time Pan Am champ. Also, in 1980, Kemp was favorite to win the Olympics, but President Carter that year chose not to send the team to Olympics. I think it was because of the boycott of Soviets that year. So he was predicted to win that year in the Olympics. He won I think he won 79 and 78 world championships. So he was predicted to win going into that Olympics. So, and also Lee Kemp was so good that he was able to beat the great Dan Gable while even in high school. So Dan Gable was in high school, and Lee Kemp was in high school, while Dan Gable, I think, was already in college, and he already could beat Dan Gable. So that's pretty that's a pretty big accomplishment right there itself. Kemp also had a record of 111-11 for his freestyle wrestling after high school. That's around probably 93-94%. So that was very incredible. That's why I have Lee Kemp as my 5th spot of all time for American freestyles.
So for my 5th, I have Kyle Snyder because he's the youngest Olympic champion in wrestling. And he's a 2-time world champ. And he's still pretty young. So from here, all he has is to keep on getting better and more Olympic championships and more world championships. But maybe someday he'll be at the top of my list. I don't know. See where his career goes.
In my opinion, the 5th best wrestler of all time is Dave Schultz because he was a great wrestler in the 80s and 90s with an American Olympic gold medal and a world champion and he's also a world champion wrestler and a 7-time world medalist. However, he was not able to go to his last world championship in Olympics because he died. So I think he could have been higher up if he didn't die. But yeah.
John, do you know how he died?
Yeah. So somebody shot him. So
Really?
I forget who his name was, but the owner of his Team Foxcatcher.
Yeah, if you guys just watch the movie, it's all up on there.
Yeah, that guy shot him.
Yeah,
Oh,
just go
really?
watch the Foxcatcher and I'll give you more information about his story of his death and what a sad event that was of a great wrestler, Dave Schultz. All right, now we're going to the top 4, and let's
Okay.
get right into it.
This is where it
So at
gets
number
good.
4, I have Kyle Snyder. Kyle Snyder is a one-time Olympic champion, youngest to ever do it. 4-time award medalist, 2 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. Also, he won the Ivan Yurgin. And Kyle Snyder was the youngest, so I already said that. He was the youngest Olympic champ ever. And also, he was the youngest American to win the Yurgin. And also, he's the only American ever to win the Yurgin back-to-back. And so the Yurgin is widely considered the hardest open freestyle tournament, and only 11 Americans have ever won. And Snyder has won that twice, and he's the only to ever do it, and also was the youngest to ever win the Yurgin. This is just
Here, keep on going.
I said this is just a beginning for Snyder, as he is really young, and he says that he wants to wrestle forever. He said in an interview, I think. What do you say, Will?
So what is the Yarden? Where is it? Like, what type of tournament is it?
It's an open tournament that I think why it's so hard. Don't if I'm wrong, don't hate on me. But I think it's they can have multiple people for each country. So it's an open tournament. It's an open tournament, and only 11 Americans have ever won. And he's the only wrestler to ever win it back to back.
Okay. Do you know where it's held?
What'd you say?
Do you know where it's held? Like, in what country it is?
The Yurgin. Let me look it up for you real quick. I'll do that real quick, guys. Yurgin is. I think Ivan Yurgin was a wrestler. So in Soviet, I think the tournament is named after him. So I'm guessing that it's in. I think it's in what is it, Soviets or like Russia? I don't know. I think no, yeah, it's in it's Krasnoyarsk, Russia. That's where it was this year.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so at 4th I have Jordan Burroughs. He is an Olympic champ and he's a multiple-time world champ and a multiple-time world medalist, and Olympic medalist. In the last 9 years, he has been he's made the world or Olympic team, and he's won it in pure dominance. He's won it over a lot of really good wrestlers, a lot of world champs. He's won it over Kyle. He's won his world team member. He's won. I think you guys know what I mean. But he's won over Kyle Dake, David Taylor, and Andrew Howe, just to name a few.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Will. JV is a phenomenal wrestler with an Olympic gold and several world titles. I don't think not many people can even compete with him. He's just been so dominant over the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going into our third.
All right, top 3 wrestlers ever, or American wrestlers ever.
Freestyle. Just to let you know, it will. At number 3, I have Jordan Burroughs. Jordan is a one-time Olympic champ. He's a 7-time award medalist. 4 of them were golds and 3 of them were bronze. And he is a multiple Yasar medalist, which is a very hard tournament. Jordan has showed his dominance in America by making the word team 9 times in a row since 2011. Burroughs' record is 163 and only 7 losses. That means he's won 95.9% of all his matches. Jordan has showed his dominance, and he's proved over these last couple of years that he proved himself to be in the top 3 rankings by beating off Kyle Dake in the 2016 Olympic trials when Kyle Dake tried to step on him, beat him. Didn't happen. He's beaten David Taylor, was at U.S. Open when beat him. He showed his dominance, beating everybody. Everybody's tried in America. No one has. He's just showed his dominance, and that's why I have him at my third spot.
Okay. So at third, I have Bruce Baumgartner, and I know you guys might think this is a little controversial.
Really?
Just because he's a 4-time Olympic team member, and every single time,
Medalist.
yeah, he's a 4-time Olympic team medal. He's a 4-time Olympic team member, and he's
Medalist.
a medal every time. Yeah, and he's a 3-time world champ. But my top 2 are even better, so I think you guys will like those.
Hey.
I also agree with Will on this one. He is a 2-time Olympic champion and a 3-time world champion, and is one of the best wrestlers of all time. He's a great wrestler. He's like one of the best ever from any country, I think. But I think he could have been higher. However, like he's medaled every time, but he didn't win every single time, so it like wasn't as consistent as the next 2 on my list.
John, I completely agree with you there.
What do you mean he hasn't been consistent?
Well, hang on.
He is. It's just that like he didn't win all of the world titles like the next 2 people.
So number 1, he's won everything. Like every Olympic championship he's won, and every world championship he's won.
I will have to tell you my disagreement on that topic when I get to my number 1. All right, go down. Let's go to our second. All right, second, I have John Smith. John Smith, he won 6 consecutive world titles. 4 of them was world championships and 2 Olympic golds, which is kind of unbelievable. John won 97. I think he only lost. His record was like 100 and something and 3. So that means he won 97% of his freestyle career. John Smith is dominating, but the reason why I think I have Bruce at number 1 because of his longevity. But yeah, John Smith is my number 2. You can kind of tell he's only lost 3 times, winning 97%. Like that's kind of an unbelievable number, but that's why I have him at number 2. Let's get on to John and Will's number 2.
I disagree.
I disagree with your Dan Gable.
Okay. No, I disagree because you say Bruce is higher than John Smith because of his longevity. But what does that have to do? Like, what does that have to do with him being better than John Smith?
Why do I think that is better? I think it's better than John's because he has shown that he can never be stopped. So the thing is, like, he was in the sport for the longest. I think he was like, I don't know. He has the longest run in American freestyle history, and he's only 2 people in the world has made 4. Who's won 4 Olympic medalists, and he's the only one in America ever to win 4 Olympic medalists. So the reason of him winning 4 Olympic medalists, I think he won it when he was 36. I think he won, and then also the thing that makes it his Olympic titles way more better is that one of his. So when he got silver. He lost to if you go to my next slide, I have the name, but he lost to a guy, and the next Olympics, he wrestled him again and revenged his loss, when on his silver medalist year. So he basically almost won 3. He almost basically won 3 gold Olympics because he revenged his loss. The next Olympics.
Wasn't Bruce only on like He was on the Olympic team 2 times and was on the world team.
He's been on the world team 4 times. He's placed every time he's been. He got bronze, silver, gold.
Yeah, but so he's also only been on the Olympic team twice, right?
No, Olympic team 4 times, and he won a medal every time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the world team.
No, Bruce.
Oh, then never mind.
Alright. So, next. At second, I have Dan Gable. I just think Dan Gable is an amazing wrestler. He's an Olympic and a world champ. In his Olympic run, only one person scored a step out on him, and he won in a dominant fashion. And the only person, hang on, give me a sec. The only person that scored a step out on him is Larry Owings, and Larry Owings was one of the people who beat him in the NCAA finals, and Dan Gable avenged that loss.
But okay, you're talking about folk style, Larry Owens, I think. And then see, we're not talking folk style, we're talking freestyle. But same thing. But the thing is, okay. I'm gonna make my argument. So Tom Brands only wrestled 2 years. I think it was 71 to 73. It's the only time he wrestled. He won world championships and won Olympic championships. There's like 15 people that have more accomplishments than him. We're talking about a career here, and Dan Gable did not have a long freestyle career. He only wrestled for 3 years, but other people I can name like 15 people that have the same amount or equally as good accomplishments or even better. I'm gonna start right here.
But at his best, he was better than.
But we're not talking about the best. We're talking about a career, freestyle career, and his career wasn't as good as anybody else.
We are talking about the best. At their best.
Yeah, wait, can I say my side of the argument?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, did any of those guys win the Olympics or World Championships as dominant as?
Yeah, Tom Brands. Tom Brands did get a point scored on him.
Okay.
And he's not on your list.
Yeah, but did he have any close matches?
No points were scored on him. That's dominant fashion.
Yeah, but did he have any 1-0 matches?
No.
Like 2-0?
No, he was dominant. And if you look, I think Dan Gable's matches, he had the 3-0 match. Dan Gable didn't pin everybody.
Yeah, he had a 3-0 match.
Dan Gable's matches were not all dominant. They were all dominant because no one scored on them, but they weren't all tech falls.
Yeah, but winning.
So you can't say that about Tom Brands. Same thing. Tom Brands didn't get no points on him, so that's still dominant fashion. So and then also, okay, let me get on my run here. All right. So I would agree. Dan Gable. If you had his folk style career and his coaching career, if you had his folk style career, he is definitely one of the best wrestlers of all time. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that, but if you're talking freestyle, you can say Barrows had a better career, more accomplished than Dan Gable. Kyle Snyder, more accomplished than Dan Gable in freestyle. We're talking accomplishment here. I'm saying. Dave Schultz, Mark Schultz, Kevin Jackson, Bill Shear, Terry Brands, Tom Brands, Kenny Monday, Kurt Angle. How much do you guys want me to name?
Terry never won an Olympic championship.
Yeah, he did. I think so.
Only Tom won. But we're talking the best wrestler. We're not talking.
No. Terry Brands was also. Terry Brands. He never won Olympic, but Tom did. But Terry had 2 world championships, which is more than Gable. And he had bronze. He medaled at the So he's right. He's almost as equal. He's a little behind him. But same thing. Kevin Jackson, better. Kurt Angle, I think he was Kurt Angle was a 1-time Olympic champ and 2-time world champ, and he did it with a broken neck. Come on, guys.
But
Dan Gable.
we're not talking accolades. We're talking the best wrestler, and I think Dan Gable
Yeah,
could be
best.
all those
We're
guys.
talking best freestyle wrestler, and
Yeah, I think
people's freestyle career. People's freestyle career makes them better than someone's prime. He had a prime, and then he retired. He won his Olympic and he won his award, then he retired.
So that's his career.
Yeah, and his career wasn't long. And someone's career who's won more world titles and same amount of Olympic champs like Kurt Angle is better. Kevin Jackson.
His career was undefeated though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only competed at 3 tournaments.
But he was still undefeated.
Yeah, okay, Jordan Burroughs. He also owns a 65 match win streak starting at the US Open in 2011. Okay? And he never lost in 65. Dan Gable's streak I don't think was 65. So we can't talk about who's undefeated. We can't talk about
their whole career.
and Dan Gable didn't have a long career. So we can equal up Jordan
Yeah, but
Burroughs.
that's still his whole career.
Yeah, we can talk about Jordan. Look, we can talk about Jordan Burroughs' 65 match win streak, and he never lost. Same with Dan Gable. And he had more, and his streak was longer than Dan Gable's. Does that make sense to you? Okay, right. Okay. And Dan Gable was always in his prime because he wasn't wrestling longer until he got old. He literally got out of college, wrestled 71, 73, and he retired. He didn't. Okay. Then we can talk about Kevin Jackson. He was a 2-time world champion, Olympic. He was completely dominant. If you're winning won more world championships, and he's not even on any, no one's even putting him on the list. Kevin Jackson has more. He has the same amount of Olympic titles, more world championships. And you say Bruce isn't better than Dan Gable? Bruce?
Yeah, I think Dan Gable. Yeah,
okay,
Dan Gable
you can say he's not
Dan
much more accomplished.
Those guys.
He's nowhere near as accomplished. You say he's more accomplished?
No, more consistent.
I agree with Will here. Like he was undefeated. He completely dominated and he was undefeated.
For 2 years, so did Jordan Burroughs.
Yeah,
for longer. Jordan Burroughs is more dominant. He had Dan Gable had no long career.
So many people consider him the best wrestler of all time.
Yeah, I agree with him. I consider him one of the best wrestlers of all time when you're counting his folk style career. I'm not counting his freestyle career. If you look on, there's many people that would disagree with this, and many people agree that he's not in the top 5 freestyle. If we're talking folk style and freestyle combined, he's definitely up in the top 3, I would say. But we're talking folk style.
A lot of people would disagree, but a lot of people would also agree.
No, a lot of people would. There's way more people that disagree about that. Kenny Monday. He has 3 times. He's a 3-time Olympian. 1-time Olympic gold, 1-time Olympic silver. Where is he? Way better. Way more. And that was in the 3 years. In Kenny Monday's 3 years, he was better than Dan Gable. His 3 years lined up with Dan Gable's 3 years is better. And where's Kenny Monday? Where's Kevin Jackson? Where's
won every single tournament he went to?
Where's Bill Shear? Where's Bill Shear? 1-time gold, 2-time silver, 2-time bronze, Olympic champion. Where's he?
Because Dan Gable's more consistent.
Dan Gable barely wrestled.
I know, but
that's not consistent. That's not consistent.
3 years is a lot of time.
He only wrestled 3 tournaments. He only wrestled 3 big tournaments.
All right, let's get on with John. Yeah, let's get on with John.
Yeah, I don't think there's much. I agree with Will here. Like Dan Gable he won an Olympic and world title. Like there's not much more to say about that, in my opinion. He went undefeated.
All right, I think we've been arguing over this for long enough.
Yeah, let's just move on.
And now we can argue about our number 1. All right.
So I put Bruce barely over John. It's a very close matchup between Bruce and John. Bruce is a 4-time Olympian, 4-time medalist, 2 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze, 9 award medalist, 5 are gold. Also, he won many World Cups. Also, he won a couple Pan Am, stuff like that. So he's quite dominant. What makes his Olympic career more special, like I said earlier, is that he avenged his Olympic loss against his last name. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but it's like Bob Jishvili. You guys see on the screen. So when he won his 2 golds, so I think he won gold, and if I'm not wrong, I think he won gold, silver, and then the next year he won gold, his 3rd year, I think, and that he accomplished. He avenged his silver. His finals match his second Olympic tournament. So that makes it so much more special that he got to beat the guy who beat him. And what makes it even special again is that he comes back when he's super old. I don't know how old he was. Was he 36, something like that? And he gets bronze. Like who have anybody saw someone who's 36 or I don't know how old he was, but as old as he was, to win
when JD was I think he was like 31. He got 3rd in the world.
31. When he was 30, he DNP. What are you talking about? He DNP.
Huh?
Wait, what did you say about Burroughs? About
he got 3rd this year. 2020 World or 2019.
Yeah, I'm talking Olympics. Last time he went to Olympics.
Place in 2016.
He DNP'd. He got like 9th. And also he's Bruce. That's why I say Bruce and John is way. That's why I have him both of them better than Jordan, because Jordan has. Bruce and John has never shown inconsistency. They've always been in the top 3. But Jordan's 2016 Rio messed him up, I would say, trying to reach John Smith's level and Bruce's, showing his inconsistency DNPing. Also, only 2 freestyle wrestlers have ever had 4 Olympic medals, and he's only American. So I don't know who it is, but a guy from another country got 4 Olympic medals. But he's only American to ever have 4 Olympic medals, and his longevity makes him that what makes me put him above Smith, of him wrestling for so long. He's won so many Pan Ams, World Cups, World Championships, Olympic Games. He's just showed that he's better than not better than, I would say close. He's very close with John Smith. You can argue both ways, but I don't know why.
I think like
I
3rd, he's gotten silver and bronze. Like I don't think that's as good as John Smith, and like 3rd place is not like the best.
But Dan Gable's only one. Dan Gable's 1 is better. So you saying Dan Gable's 1 is better than 2?
Well,
No,
Come on now. Come on now. And he revenged his silver loss, his second Olympic term, and also he won bronze when he was 36. I don't see no one wrestling at this high of a level at that age. So I don't think his bronze really mattered. I think his bronze helps him more than hurts him. I want to see.
Not who has the most achievements, not who's won the most tournaments.
Better wrestler.
Best wrestler.
Best freestyle, right? Best freestyle, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. We could say John or Bruce, but definitely not no Dan Gable. Dan Gable only wrestled for 3 years. That's only a tournament. That's only two. That's only 2.
It's not about accolades.
It's not about accolades, but you have to. It's not about accolades, but you have to encourage accolades. Like you can't just forget him. You can't just go, oh, he's won. He's made 4 medals. Throw it out the bag. You know, you can't do that. You have to at least take him in as like a part of the disagreement. And the thing about Gable, he's not a freestyle. He really wasn't a freestyle wrestler. He really wasn't a freestyle wrestler. He only wrestled like 3 years.
Okay. Alright. At number 1, I have John Smith, who's a 2-time Olympic champ and a 4-time world champ. The reason I rank him this high is because every world and Olympic championship that he went to, he won.
Yeah.
And doing something like that is crazy. That consistency.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, John.
Yeah, I just really don't think there's any like John Smith has been so dominant and like it's probably I think he's definitely like the best of all time from the USA.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Dan Gable thing. Dan Gable has
I think we're.
Yeah.
Dan Gable only he only wrestled, so he won his world championship in 71. He won his Pan American 71 and his Olympic Games 72. So he's only won 3 tournaments. 3 tournaments. So you could say Burroughs is it's 7 tournaments in his 7 tournaments in his 65 run was like 3 times as better as Dan Gable's 3 tournaments. Like,
okay, you can make a point for that, but it's not achievement. This isn't about achievement. This is about the better wrestler.
They're both great wrestlers, but I think
he's a good folk styler and good freestyle wrestler. I agree with that. They all are, but.
All right. Guys, let's settle on that, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. This was a pretty crazy episode. And we'll see you later. All right.